Embrace the magic.
Greetings, fellow wizards. Today we're going to talk about Incorporeal and Wrath of Righteous, its benefits, which might surprise you to learn, and ways which you can get it as early as level 7. So the main 5 benefits, starting off, we have immunity to non-magical weapons. This is huge. When demons only use natural attacks, often you will not take any damage. You also have half damage from magical weapons and spells, which is also great, because even late game, when demons have magical weapons, you're still only going to take half damage, and this includes damaging spells. You also get airborne and immune to trip, so this means you're going to be immune to grease, to things like Winter's Grasp, and so on. You get Charisma to AC deflection bonus, which is pretty nice if you're Charisma based, and you also get immunity to certain spells, like Baleful Polymorph. And here's a fun one. It seems you get Dex to AB regardless of what weapon you're using if it's higher than your strength. For example, here, even though Longsword is not a finessable weapon, and I didn't have weapon finesse, I had plus 8 dexterity bonus to attack, but damage is as normal. So starting off, we have Shadowcaster with Summon Shadow at level 7. And the earlier you can get some kind of Incorporeal on yourself or on a summon, the more benefits you get, because, for example, you can get this during the Dresden fight in Act 2, and the Shadow can basically tank anything. Pretty much. Of course, don't take my word for it. You can see here I summoned a Shadow in this corridor full of demons, and basically it's gonna stat drain the demons to death while they do absolutely nothing against it. And even though initially you can only cast it once per day, it lasts fairly long, so often you can use it for many fights. You also get Shadow Form, which makes you an undead and incorporeal, and lasts quite a while, gives you a 2d8 stat drain damage that can crit. And the interesting combo I found with this is if you, well, it has to be a legend build, but if you combine it with Shifter, you can actually get a lot of attacks. Normally you only get one attack with your Shadow Form. So basically your Shifters for your touch attack, and with the legend build you're just going to have tons of attacks that stat drain. You're going to be a stat draining monster basically. Next up we have Stygian Slayer that can pick up Shadowy Mist form at level 10. And initially you would think that it's not so good because it doesn't allow you to attack, but you can actually toggle it off during your attack and then toggle it back on. So this can work really well in turn-based. It did seem like I lost an action using Shadowy Mist form, so you might want to use this with a Vital Strike. Vital Strike, then turn it on again, and so on. Next up, we have the Bones Mystery from Oracle, which gives you Spirit Walk. And this comes at level 11, which is still freaking early. And I believe it's very underrated because you become invisible and corporeal and you can still attack. Now, the early Bones revelations aren't so good, so I would maybe pick this up as a second mystery with Mythic. Now, at level 15, you can either get Create Greater Undead from 8th level Cleric spell, or with the Reanimator as a 5th level extract. And the interesting thing that I noticed about the Reanimator is that it gives you one extra attack, so for a greater shadow that is looking to stat drain, having one extra attack is pretty huge. As you can see here, I summoned 4 greater shadows, and I could have more if I wanted to, and they all finished the enemies pretty quickly. At level 15, you also get the Incorporeal option from the Undead Sorcerer Bloodline. And previous to that, you also get some nice damage reduction, which can be helpful. And I would probably recommend this on an Eldritch Scion, because it's a more melee-oriented class. But as you can see here, it really helps out and gives you all the protection that you need, since you're not going to be as tanky as a Sword Saint, for example. Bloodragers can also get this at level 16. When they rage, they have the option as a swift action to become Incorporeal. So this is also very good. However, unfortunately, even if you have limitless rage, it doesn't increase the amount of times you can use it. So it's still gonna be probably once per day. Shaman, through their bone spirits, can also get at level 16 shedding form, which basically does the same thing, lets you become incorporeal and gets you ghost touch on your weapons. And the nice thing is that you can split the rounds, you don't have to use them all consecutively. And finally, as a mythic option, we have Angel, which gets Sunform, although a bit late at mythic rank 9 spell. And it's, besides giving you swift rays that you can fire, it gives you incorporeal. So that's pretty nice. They also get Spirit Paladin summons, which are also incorporeal, so they can be very useful early on for tanking purposes. But they also do okay damage, and they get upgraded versions as you move up in mythic rank. But yeah, what are your thoughts on having a build that uses incorporeal? Did I miss out any options? Let me know in the comments. Take care.
Thank you for watching, fellow wizard, and may magic be with you.